Morning. Welcome back to the vlog. We have 4 days left here in Brooklyn, and we are just kind of inundated with all that little small stuff that you have to do. Today we've got to go all the way out to JFK Airport for two things. The first is we have to get some special paperwork for our cat stamped and approved by the USDA. Okay, I'm really sorry to interrupt the vlog, but you see at this time I was still new to vlogging, and well, I'm still new to vlogging. This is like episode 21 or 22. Well, here nor there on that. I tell a good story when we're face to face, but I've noticed that at times when I'm filming, I forget to say some stuff that is really important to the story. This is one of those times. And unfortunately, I can't go back and refilm this segment because I don't live in Brooklyn any longer. But back to the topic at hand, USDA. So the reason the USDA came up in our move was because of our cat Molly. You see, when you move, there are two different types of countries that you can move to. There's eradicated rabies and controlled rabies. Most countries that are island nations, such as like Ireland, the UK, Australia, and New Zealand, are eradicated, meaning that they don't have any rabies on their islands. Most countries that are on a continent surrounded by other countries are controlled rabies locations. The United States is a controlled rabies country, and so is the Netherlands. So in order to move our pet, or your pet if you're interested, to a controlled rabies country, you have to go through a series of vet visits and get some special chips and get special paperwork taken care of. And then within 5 days of flying with your pet, you need to go to the USDA and get that paperwork stamped. Well, that paperwork stamping is partially for the United States, but it has a lot more to do with the airline. The airline wants to make sure that your vet is safe to take on an airplane internationally. It also helps tremendously when you get into the country you're moving in. You need to show that paperwork and show that a certified vet by the USDA, in our case, since we live in the US, performed the rabies vaccine and the checkup on the cat. So with that understanding, I'm going to cut back to the video now. We're doing that, but we also have to get our global entry interviews done. So for those that don't know, global entry helps expedite the getting back into the country through customs. We've been global entry members for about 5 years now. It has saved us so much time, and since we feel like we're going to be coming back to the United States a lot, we wanted to update those right away. It requires an interview. We were able to schedule the interview for today, so that's what we're doing. Two things at JFK, and first food, and I desperately need some type of coffee in my system. Good, that's Chris's truck. That's the word, he goes to a lunchbox. Okay, we are at JFK. Real easy trip, one train, and then well, I guess it's two trains, because you take, oh, I found it. that's where we're going. Here, we can get in over here. So the global entry portion of our day is done. We just finished our interviews. It was really straightforward, really quick. Update fingerprints, verify address, ask us a few other questions. I think part of what made it so quick was that we've been global entry members for about 5 years now, and we've never had any issues. We've never tried to bring anything into the States that we weren't supposed to. We've never done anything wrong. So it's just a quick update, and then they send us on our way, they update our numbers and say we're good for another 5 years. So now, however, we have to go to the USDA office, and the USDA office is like a half a mile directly that way as the crow flies, but you have to go 4.1 miles around the airport to get there. So we're waiting on an Uber to take us there. Hopefully we can knock out this stamp and everything that we have to do for Molly. Molly is our cat, who needs all this paperwork to get into the Netherlands, and then we could be on our way back home. Don't know if we're going to come back to the airport and take the train back, or if we're just going to take an Uber back, but one way or another, it's now wait for the Uber and get over there. So I'll take you as far as I can with that process also, but it's another government office, so I don't think I'm bringing a camera in. So, but stay tuned. What the f*** are you doing? She drove right up onto the curb to pick her people up.
Yep. Okay, great.
So I'm back. Seems I left out some stuff actually after this little parking incident here, which, yes, she really did drive right up onto the curb and park right there on the sidewalk to pick up whoever she was picking up with. But yeah, I didn't film much for the next few hours of the day. It got pretty crazy. We ended up at the USDA office, and as I kind of expected, they wouldn't let me film inside. The security guard took their job very seriously. They were super nice, but very strict. We ended up spending about 45 minutes waiting in the lobby of the USDA office for them to call our name, at which point we walked up to the window, gave them a credit card. They said yes, clank, and we were out of there. We did end up taking an Uber all the way home just because the rain and going back to the airport. By that time, we were going to be closer to rush hour, and the trains were going to be kind of nasty. Also, I do realize there's a missing picture here. I'll cover this whole wall of art at another episode, and hopefully we'll get that fixed here soon. Basically, this episode was kind of all over the place. I'm still learning how to vlog. I want to be able to tell better stories, and the only way that I get to be better at telling stories is to tell the stories through this and then step in and film segments like this. And hopefully that drives the point home that I've got to make sure that I tell complete stories when I'm actually filming it. But yeah, that's it. I'm going to end the vlog now. Thanks for watching. There'll be another episode coming soon. I hope this was informative and enjoyable. Bye.